marijuana to a female undercover police officer on several different occasions. He had no problem whatsoever hitting on the undercover officer on the audio tape, trying to pick her up and saying, "Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal."
We want them to grow and learn and play in a safe and supportive environment. Unfortunately, that hope often conflicts with an unpleasant reality which gets more and more serious every day. Drugs, alcohol abuse, crack, cocaine. More and more, these words and the images they evoke are nightmares come true for parents, teachers, peace officers, community leaders, and the children themselves. Most disturbing is the young age at which our children are threatened. As our recognition of the drug problem has grown, so has our resolve to fight it. But our law enforcement officers are the first to say they cannot do it alone. Prevention is the key. And that's where DARE gives us hope.
Dare to keep a kid off drugs. Dare to keep a kid off dope. Dare to give a kid some help. Dare to give a kid some hope.
DARE, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, is a prevention program that works. It was developed in Los Angeles by educators and law enforcement officers who realized that by working together, they could be more effective in the fight against drugs.
A 14-year-old in Colfax was rushed to the hospital by his father after Placer County sheriffs say he overdosed on marijuana.
These juveniles are maybe ingesting marijuana edible candies, and it's proving that it is way too much for their system, and they end up getting really sick.
And it's happening a lot, according to Sheriff spokesperson Angela Masalam.
In recent years, marijuana edibles have taken many juveniles to the hospital.
Easy stuff, no amount of money will ever be enough. Drugs lead to a life of crime. Wanna go to jail and do a little time. Some kids at the playground say they just smoke pot. But listen, buddies, you better not. Cause once potheads wanna have a high, there's lots of poison they might try. You're not dumb, so don't take dope. And when they pass those joints, be like us, say nope. Save your body and save your brain. And when it comes to drugs, stay in the passing lane. Kids stuck on drugs get stuck taking more. Kids who pass drugs by other kids who score.
Black market marijuana is very popular.
So somebody's not old enough to come into a club like this, in the black market, all bets are off.
And very dangerous.
It hasn't been tested by a regulated lab, so there could be all kinds of things that could be in there, but you can get very sick.
There's absolutely no quality control in the black market. This may be a fabricated and a fraudulent bag.
To bring DARE to Ohio on a statewide basis.
We in law enforcement learned a long time ago that we can't do it alone. It's not just an enforcement problem. What DARE does is to combine the efforts of the law enforcement community with educators and getting law enforcement officers into the classroom.
It's nice to see you today. You all look wonderful. And we have a very good lesson plan today. A little bit different from last week and the week before.
DARE is based on the belief that a young person will choose to avoid drugs and alcohol abuse if they are given both the right information and the skills they need to resist the pressure to use illegal drugs or to abuse alcohol. It is taught to 5th and 6th grade students by trained uniformed peace officers. The curriculum for the 17-week course was developed by educators using proven teaching techniques. Officers go through an intensive 2-week training course at the Ohio Peace Officer Training Academy. Here, they're instructed by experienced DARE officers in how to present the lessons to the students. The lessons help students reinforce their own self-esteem so that they can resist the pressures they face to experiment with drugs and alcohol.
Gary. Hey, Carrie, I got some cigarettes in my locker, and I thought maybe after school I'd go out back and smoke some. Would you like to come out back with me after school?
No, thank you.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, don't be a chicken. Come on, try some.
No, I have something else to do.
Okay, very good. Give her a hand.
We're going to change our props here. We're going to go with a piece of chocolate, represent maybe a marijuana cigarette, okay? And now we're going to do what's called maybe heavy pressure. Something like, if you don't take this, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. or I'm going to tell somebody that you're really a jig chicken, or whatever you want to say. Okay? Go ahead.
Hey, you want to smoke?
No thanks.
Oh, I'm gonna go tell everybody that you are a chicken.
Well, that's okay, Paul, but that's something I don't want to do.
Okay.
Good. How did he do?
Another lesson stresses the consequences which result from both good and bad decisions.
What we were talking about are the consequences for using alcohol and not using alcohol, using marijuana and not using marijuana. And some of the examples that you gave me for consequences for using alcohol are what? Getting involved in an accident, huh? Or how about unhealthy? And you can be arrested sometimes, can't you? Then for not using alcohol, we said here, you might have more friends. Or how about better health? Or it might even make you a better person.
I think the most important skill they learned from the whole list would be that their self-image can be raised by saying no to drugs, by being themselves, and feeling good about themselves comes from being who they are, regardless of whether someone wants them to take drugs or not. They really came away feeling that they were special people.
Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Release the brainstorm to make your motherfucking brain warm. A strange form, something kind of lyrical. Biggie the bastard, so that's kind of spiritual. Well, in God we trust, guns out bust.
I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that. Yeah, that's the kind of school I work at.
Okay.
What's your name?
Jacob.
Cool. Jacob, nice to meet you. And how do you spell that?
J-A-C-O-B.
Okay, no K?
No K.
No? Okay.
Immediately, this man is high.
I have some questions. What do grapefruits have to do with grapes?
I don't think they have. Is this a joke?
No, it's an actual question.
Oh, I don't know. What do they have to do with grapes?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You thought.
That phrase in general tends to be misleading in my experience, so I would not say a stoner looking at this guy.
Why is there interstate in Hawaii?
I don't know. Why is there an interstate anywhere? You got interstate.
I don't think he's high. You're just kind of like thinking about it too logically.
I do not believe you are high. Okay, so I don't get to find out immediately. Okay, I'll find out later. This is great.
Other lessons emphasize stress management, decision-making skills, and the media's influence on our lives.
The DARE project is right on target, bringing law enforcement officials and educators together to address the very serious problem of drug abuse. We in the education community firmly believe that the emphasis placed upon the collaborative approach of the DARE project will be extremely helpful to our young people.
One of the key elements to DARE's success is the personal involvement of the officers with the children. Being with the students for an extended period of time, both in the classroom and on the playground, helps build trust and friendship.
I had a young girl come up to me on the playground one day, and she says, "Deputy Neff, can I talk to you?" And I says, "Well, sure." She says, "You know, my dad was killed by a drunk driver a few years ago, and I have just never really had a chance to talk to anybody about it." And that kind of made me feel real good. And here this girl is, she's out on the playground and tears are streaming down her face. And I knew then that I was very important to her. I was playing a very important part in her life.
The young people trust them, particularly at the target age group in the 4th to 7th grade, right in that particular age range. This is a role model that they look up to, that they have faith in, that they believe, and they have trust in the individual.
DARE develops strong support from parents and community leaders who become involved with it. Parents' nights are held to acquaint them with the experiences their children will have. At the end of the 17 weeks, a graduation ceremony is held to recognize their achievements.
Peace to Mateo. Now we smoke weed like 20 my time to slip the yayo. That's crazy blunts, mad L's. My voice excels from the avenue to jail cells. Oh my God, I'm dropping shit like a pigeon. I hope you're listening. Smacking babies as they glistening. So you
Okay. Hi.
I think he might be intoxicated.
Okay, so what do you think of the book?
I like it.
That's what I do just to see. And usually they do smell very much like they're like man perfume.
You think you're good at catching your students?
I do.
Do you get pleasure out of catching students?
Yes and no. There's something that makes me feel bad because it's like I don't let them keep this secret.
Why don't we go to page 12? And why don't you read this section here? I think he's high.
I think you are high.
Hi.
My name is Emily.
Emily? James.
James, nice to meet you, James. Can I hug you?
Sure.
Okay, fantastic. James. Okay. How long have you been smoking cigarettes?
Probably 60 years.
What's your favorite cartoon ever?
I like some Zap comic stuff from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
Do you do impressions?
I do, but I do impressions of people that you don't know. I don't do them on purpose. They just pop out sometimes. It's just something that happens once in a while, and I notice it, but nobody else notices it. But I know that I'm doing an impression of this person.
Can you sing a nursery rhyme?
No.
Yeah, I think you're high. You kind of went on this like tangent about the impressions that you do of other people.
Not high. I think he's quite sober.
Something tells me you do smoke weed. This man is high. Yeah, and that confirmed it. So, thank you. Good to know. And he just left. Nobody said anything. So, this is great. I'm winning, kind of.
To me, the beauty about the DARE program is it deals not only with teaching young people to say no to drugs, it teaches them how to say no to drugs, and it also teaches them to deal with other kinds of social kinds of situations that they're going to run into in their formative years. And the experience that you've gone through in the DARE program, I hope, will stay with you for the rest of your lives. So congratulations to all of you for completing the DARE program, and I will look forward to presenting you with your certificates as you come up here. Thank you very much.
Solving the drug problem calls for a commitment from all of us to provide our children with the tools to make the right choices about their health.
The lab had swallowed an edible that had THC in it. Aisha Khan's live from Clarksburg tonight, and vets are seeing more of these cases.
Hey there, Jim. Yeah, you know, some of the vets we spoke with here in has been pretty nice, except for today, which means more and more people are getting out and walking their dogs, but that also could mean, you know, potentially exposing your dog to something very dangerous they can find on the ground.
These are photos of 4-year-old Laura, the Labrador, being super active and playful just days before she became sick after a simple walk with her owner, Darina Genova of Clarksburg.
About an hour later, she started acting very weird. I almost had the feeling that maybe she overheated.
Turns out Darina's 75-pound good girl, who looked very tired and was trembling, got into something bad, according to Dr. Deb Deans of Bennett Creek Hospital.
The dog had eaten like a cookie or something that looked like a cookie that she had seen on a wall. And sure enough, those are the edibles that are now coming in all different forms.
Dr. Dean says this isn't the first time she's come across such a case. In fact, she says cases involving house pets ingesting THC are going up across the country.
What's up, homies? Where my bitches at? Where my bitches? You got the voice down, but those outfits no good. What's wrong with my shit? Homie, please, your Halloween costume. If you pimp, you broke pimp.
Unfortunately died. She says they are also seeing issues with CBD products being given to dogs.
They're labeled THC free, but they're not. For them to label that, all it has to be is less than 0.3% THC, so it can still have some. Well, our dogs, the way they metabolize it in their fat, is much more dangerous for their liver.
She's much better now.
Meanwhile, Laura has been getting the treatment she needs to recover, but Darina says she is still not back to being her playful self and warns parents of dogs and children to be aware so no one else gets hurt.
Just be mindful. And there was definitely unnecessary also visit to the emergency room. The price is a completely separate ticket, but it was not even something that I caused. It was not something, carelessness in my home.
I feel the need to give you a hug as well. Can I do that? Oh, yeah. Okay, great. And,
Let me just let you know, we made it very hard for you to smell.
hey, I got a good sniffer.
Do you want a little snack? Did you say, yeah? Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
The Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
You like spicy food?
Yeah, I like spicy food. I'm half Mexican, so. Now, what'd you smell?
Do I remind you of a teacher you've ever had?
The ones that caught me smoking weed.
Really? Did you only get caught once?
Yeah.
Okay, so you learned your lesson.
I mean, not really. Do you like busting your shoes? Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I just felt like I had a responsibility to look out for the other students. I'm in a portable classroom, so there's not a lot of ventilation in there. So it was like a hot box in there. And all the other kids are just like, the fuck is that?
I think you're high.
Because I'm black, I think I'm lying.
You're black. No, the lids are kind of low.
I think you're high. Just because this comes from my father, it's called the nigga glare. And, and the fact that he's laughing right now means that he's probably understanding what I'm saying. Is that cool?
I feel like you're profiling.
I think it's probably high. You're just camping on the, not to bring it, you're just camping on the Cheetos.
He's high.
Did you smoke weed in high school?
No. Oh my God, no.
Can you go to page 37?
That's 36.
Okay,
37.
cool. What's the title of this chapter?
What the Germans lack.
Oh, okay. Good. Continue.
Among Germans, it is not enough these days to have a spirited mind.
Very nicely done. I feel like I have the answer. Is that too fast? I feel like I'm really good at this.
I don't think so. No.
I think you are not high.
I smoke weed a lot, bro. You and I almost look exactly like we shop at the same place.
Whether marijuana is an addictive thing.
To some people.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah, to some people. To some people, yeah, of course, it would be. It's that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm addicted, but I'm not physically addicted.
Right.
Like I can take it or leave it,
Right.
It doesn't matter to me.
Right, you don't get physical withdrawals without it.
Well,
no.
But there's like a habitual addiction.
Yeah, last night was weird for me. I'm doing what I'm doing now, I'm doing my fan mail. And all of a sudden I felt this, like I was high on something. And I sometimes I don't remember, especially with the virus, every once in a while I go, wow, am I getting the virus? Then I realize, oh no, I smoked out. That's the feeling. So last night, I said, I couldn't walk. I was sort of falling over, and because I practice a tango walk, that's my exercise. There's a special way to do a tango walk, and excuse me. And so I couldn't figure out, I had lost my balance, and I know I didn't get high, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So I said, well, I better get high.
Then I'll know.
And so I smoked up, and I got too high. And when I get too high, it's Betty Buy's time. And so I went to bed, had a nice sleep, woke up fine, everything's fine.
I don't know if you guys have ever been a girl in rehab, fellas, but if you haven't, you should really check it out. It's like the best place to meet girls. Because, when you meet a girl at a bar or something and you feel like you're not good enough and you gotta lie to her, tell her a bunch of bullshit about how you like work in finance and got a condo in Tribeca. You don't have to do that when you meet a girl in rehab because both of you are losers. So you can just be yourself. You can just be like, I just don't know, I have hepatitis. Do you want to go see Transformers or something? You know, I couldn't help but notice you crying in the med line earlier. And I thought to myself, you know, I got a bus pass. What do you say the two of us take a little ride and go refill that Trileptal prescription? My girlfriend asked me, you know when your girlfriend asks you a question and you know you got like that half second to answer it before she kicks you out? You feel like showing any weakness? My girlfriend asked me the other day if I've ever paid for sex. And so I didn't know how to answer it, so I just told the truth. And I was just like, look, okay, when I was a little younger, I got a hooker in Tijuana once. A week for about a decade.
What's your favorite crunchy food or snack?
Carrots, you know.
Let's do the Nietzsche. Before you read Nietzsche, do you have any strong thoughts on Nietzsche?
No, boring.
Boring?
Yeah, that's the main thought, I think.
Okay, let's read this passage here.
You choose dialectics when you have no other means. You know that using it provokes mistrust, and that it is not very convincing.
So why do you think Nietzsche says it provokes mistrust? And just like, I think she's high.
I don't think you're high, but you seem really fun to smoke with. Hello. Hi. I'm so sorry.
Is that a racial thing?
No, it's not a racial thing. What?
Want some Doritos?
Kind of, but they make my hands all cheesy.
I just give them to you too. I can feed them to you.
Oh,
is that what?
It's. I'm already holding it.
Oh well, okay. Well then, never mind.
Alphabet backwards. Z X Y.
What were you gonna ask? I feel like you were gonna say something. I think she's high.
You're the one eating all these.
No.
I think you're high.
No, she's.
When I'm high in front of other people, I try to be as sober as possible, and you seem like you're trying to be as sober in front of me and with the smiling included. So I think you might be a little high.
I've been
smoking and meditating.
Well, not so much meditating, thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking. In fact, I haven't meditated for a long time. You know, because I found out something. You know that you don't have to. All you have to do is your mind. See, marijuana really affects the mind, and the way it does, it puts you in the moment. You know, and that's why whatever you're doing in the moment, it's enhanced. Like if you're in an art gallery, for instance, all of a sudden you're seeing art that you've never seen before. Oh shit! But the thing is about marijuana, it keeps you, on me anyway, boils things down to the essence. You know, people. The thing is about meditation. It's good if that's what you do, you know, but just like in the Christian Bible says, you know, that you don't have to repeat these things over and over and over again, you know, as if, you know, the Christian Bible, they kind of talk bad about repeating mantras, you know, Yum Yoho Renge Kyo, Yum Yoho Renge Kyo, Yum Yoho. You know, okay, all that really does is stop. It stops your mind from going other places. You know, it keeps
Gives your mind a bone to chew on.
But all you have to do, this is what I tell everybody, is change your thought. You can't have two thoughts in your head at the same time. You think you can, but you can't. So, whenever trouble or anything arises, think of God. That's the most powerful thought you could have. And that's it. Don't think of what you need or what you want, because God will be, you know, all you have to do is think of God. And people said to me, you know, when I did the movie Against God, they said, did you talk to God today? I said, no, I never talked to God. I only listened.
Hello. I feel like you look like a stoner, so.
I feel like this is a trick. Oh, fuck off.
Are you hungry? What would you want to eat right now?
Well, they said they were gonna give us pizza.
Yeah.
So I'm just
waiting for that pizza.
Waiting for the pizza.
Do you have like a snack that you go for each
Cookies.
time? What kind of cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Always?
Always.
I'm a snickerdoodle kind of girl
Actually,
myself.
wait, let me think about that. I was always anti like oatmeal raisin for a long time, but those are like super moist. You grow up and you hit a point of maturity, you're like, okay, I understand why oatmeal cookies exist. You wanna see the tattoo?
You got a tattoo? Yeah, let me see it. Shit. Why? What does it signify?
It's my favorite dessert.
Face down.
I'm gonna say you're not high, but you really wanna get fucking high.
Not high. Not only were you able to hold the conversation with me, but once or twice you actually jumped in over me, like almost like what's it called, interrupting? But I like that you tried to fake me out.
This is that Donkey Balls OG pack. Yeah! Hey, you wanna hit it, man? There he goes, there he goes. Yeah! Hit it? Fuck yeah! You wanna hit it? Does this shit really work? Let's go! Let's go! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Nobody? It might be laced, but it's good shit, I promise. Hey, sir, you know what they say about the Yankees, sir? What's that? You know why the Yankees always win? Why? Because they can't take their eyes off the pinstripe, sir. 420 all day, baby. You ready, baby? Go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Now, the time, after you're high, I gotta get your number.
Yeah.
We're gonna go on a date sometime. This will just be a part of our relationship. We don't have to get high all the time.
No.
I promise. No?
You might want to age about 15 years.
Honestly, if I wasn't high, I would still get your number. I would still get your number. I love you guys. I love cougars.
Damn it!
Raise your hand if she got you right.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. That's just your life?
Yeah, I produced to it.
It must be hard getting jobs. I'm so sorry.
That and like, I don't know. Sometimes like, I don't get let into bars because they'll think I'm like drunk or high. Like, oh yeah, I can't let you in.
Do you smoke weed?
Very rarely. At like parties.
Because school fucking sucks.
I don't know. I just feel like don't be like punitive. Just like have a conversation with them and understand like maybe there's a lot more going on than just like them, you know, using drugs.
We don't like come down hard on that kind of stuff the first time. I worry about their safety, and I worry about them going out into the world and having somebody else notice that they are high, who could actually get them into serious trouble.
All right, you want to check out? Come on, you got baby, let's go! Let's go! Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'm a fucking warrior! He's a warrior, guys! He's a warrior! Warrior time, baby! Warrior time, baby! Now, if anybody thinks weed should be illegal, you're an asshole. Family friendly, guys, all ages.
Oh.
You, man.
Light me up. Hey, man, I'd look if I were you. I'd look. Oh.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. 2, 3 inches up, 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg is on the track. You're hitting. I don't even know. Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna fall.
Was it like a Barack Obama used to say, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay?
Oh man. Fucking faded, dude. I'm a fucking legend.
It's weird being on camera.